You're probably watching this video because you're considering becoming a coffee roaster. So is coffee roasting profitable? How much does it cost to start a coffee business? What skills do I need to become a coffee roaster? We're going to talk about that and more in this episode of the Coffee Roasting University. So how much does it cost to start a coffee business? There again, that's going to be your choice because you're going to have to decide, am I doing this for a hobby? Am I doing this to sell to my friends, family? Do I want to become a legitimate business and open up my own coffee roastery? That's something you have to decide. And by doing that, you're going to have to look at all the income that it's going to take to get that to start with. So here are some of the things you're going to have to invest in. Number one, you need to find a provider of good coffee. That's a variation also. You can buy cheap beans that don't taste so good, or you can buy a high quality product that's going to be some of the best that's going to be produced out there. Now, how you produce it is going to make the difference. The second thing you're going to have to consider is your roaster. You're going to have to decide, am I roasting this for my family, my friends? Do I want to get a little 2K roaster, or do I want to get a popcorn popper, or do I want to get an actual commercial roasting machine? The price wise there could go anywhere from $50 to $50,000. You're going to have to consider where you're going to start. And that's all based on what you feel that you can produce. If you're going to be able to produce that quantity of coffee, you're going to have to get a larger machine. If you're looking for quality of coffee, you're going to have to get a larger machine. Okay, the small machines are well known for not quality or quantity, and they're going to produce a little amount of coffee that's going to give you a fresh cup of coffee every day if that's what you want to do. So you're going to have to consider that. So go to the next cost of our coffee roaster. You have to consider a building. Where are you going to locate this at? Do you really want to put this in your kitchen? Does your wife want this in the kitchen? Or is the wife going to roast the coffee beans there and you don't want it in the kitchen? You're going to have to decide that. It's very important to have a building properly set up if you're going to go into commercial coffee roasting. If you're doing it as a hobby, you can do it almost anywhere. You can do it at the kitchen table, and that would work just fine. But if you're looking at commercial, now you got to invest in a product. You got to invest in a building. You have to have a lot for people to park into so they can come to your shop. You're going to have to invest a lot of money in that also. Is the building legitimately built for that type of for a coffee roaster? You're going to have to consider that. Because not all towns and cities are going to let you roast anywhere you want to roast. You definitely, some guys open up their garages and they decide they're going to roast in a garage. Well, that's probably okay and it works under the right situations, but I've also heard of a lot of garages burning down because people didn't consider what's involved. There's a lot of heat transfer and it's very expensive to set one up. So consider what you're going to do, where you're going to do it at. Consider the amount you're going to put out. Now, the next thing you're probably have to start considering, you're going to have to consider the bags themselves. What kind of bags are you considering putting your coffee beans in? You can go from a very, very low quality or very high quality based on what you want to spend. I could find a bag that goes anywhere from $2 a bag, maybe up to $20 a bag. I mean, do you really want that? Do you need that? Probably not. I think a good standard bag by a good company will give you exactly what you need, and you can base it on that also. The size, are you going to roast small amounts? You're going to roast large amounts? So you can go any size of bags. You can go, 2 ounce, 12 ounce, 16 ounce, 5 pounds. You can go just pretty much any size you want. And there again, the cost of the bag itself is going to be rising as you get in larger bags. And then you have to label the bag. Okay, where's this labeling coming from? We created our own labels from our own ideas, what we want people to see in our bag. If you're going to do this commercially, you have to contact the Department of Agriculture in your area, and you got to find out what the rules and regulations are. One of the most important things in the coffee roasting industry is the label. The Department of Agriculture wants to know what's in that bag, what size it is, when it was roasted, and by who. So all that information is going to come out, and if you don't have it, you're not going to be allowed to do it. So make sure that you consider that as part of your job to go out and find out what are the laws and regulations in your town. The fire department wants to know. When you're roasting your coffee, you're putting out a lot of heat. Okay, if you're looking at a commercial machine, you're looking at a specific idea that you have to bring in the fire department, you have to bring in the police department, you have to bring almost everybody but the mayor. And they want to know, what are they doing, what are you doing, how are you doing it? And that's good. You're going to have to come up with those answers. So that's very important. With the Department of Agriculture, as long as you're doing everything right, you're never going to have a problem. Everything's going to work out just fine. Or you can do it the easy way and do it the way you think it should be done. And you're probably going to have some visitors off and on. So you might not want to do that. You might want to check out and find out if you're doing things properly. If you're not, fix them. Fix them now, because it gets worse later on. So that's something we've learned in our business, and we make sure that everything's done properly. Another cost with the business itself is you're going to have to figure out, well, how are we going to market this? Is it, I'm going to put it on FaceTime and we'll be good. We'll sell a lot of bags. No, it doesn't work that way. Or any social media. It doesn't work that way. You have to pay a lot of these social medias just to be part of their program. Or you need someone there to make sure you're in charge and know what you're doing and how you're doing it, so they can promote your business properly. If you're going to pay for advertising, billboards go $800 to $1,000 for a decent billboard. If you're looking for flyers, who are you going to put these flyers out to? Where's it going? You have to consider all these things, because it's going to make a difference in your business. Your promotion, your advertising is going to make your business either grow or not grow. So make sure you get the right people behind it to make sure that it's doing the right thing for you. You're going to have to consider the basic things that we talked about, and you're going to have to look forward to see what your trials and tribulations are going to be, because every community is different. What you're doing in your shop, at your place, your house, your business is going to make a difference. Every town's different. Every rule is different. All the laws change no matter where you're at, so make sure you consider that. So what we've told you so far is strictly just the beginning. Okay, if this is something you're seriously considering, make sure to keep watching our channel, because we're going to keep giving you more information as we go along, and we want to help you grow in your business as well as ours. There's other forms of information. You can go out, you can look online, you can join different organizations. You can also, there's some great teachers out there of the coffee industry. And don't always think the very best is the best, because everybody has their own decision and own idea on what they want to do to grow that business. Some people can be great coffee roasters, but they can't be good business people. This is something you have to consider, all this. So if you might have to hire people. Hey, you can check us out here, like I said, at Cherry Blend Coffee Roasters. We're happy to help you. And just make sure that you are doing what you need to do properly to get moved forward, because we want you to do the very best and succeed in what you do. We like to succeed, we want you to succeed. So if you like this video, then subscribe to our channel at Coffee Roasters University.